Sponsored by Tokyo Treat and Sakurako.
One of the first things that probably comes to your mind when you think of Japan is anime. There are modern hits like Demon Slayer, world-famous classic like Princess Mononoke, and of course, the most underrated anime, I shaved my beard, then I picked up a high school girl. Wait, what? Who wrote this? Disgusting.
What is this?
Oh, that. It's just a romantic comedy about a 26-year-old salaryman who lives with a 16-year-old high school girl. It's pretty good. Oh, no. The girl ran away from home and the guy was drunk, so he said that she could live with him. What? No! Come on, you know how anime is. They don't even do anything with each other, okay? They just confess their feelings for each other. That's it.
Look, just because the show ends with the girl asking if the guy will wait for her until she's old enough shows that it's actually true love and it's totally legal!
26-year-old salaryman who lives with a 16-year-old high school girl. He said that she could live with him. It's pretty good.
So yes, anime and its distinctive style is unique to Japan. But did you know it was hugely influenced by American cartoons? It's true. This is thanks to Walt Disney, the pioneer of animation. His work was hugely inspirational to many animators around the world, including Japan's most famous manga and anime artist, Osamu Tezuka. Maybe you've heard of him before. He's the creator of classics and beloved work like Tetsuwan Atomu, Blackjack, and many more. From a young age, Osamu loved to draw, and even though his parents were very strict about his education, they still let him explore his passion of art. In 1942, Disney released a film that would influence Osamu for the rest of his life, Bambi. He loved the movie so much, some people say he watched it over 80 times. Osamu suffered from health problems when he was younger, so he wanted to become a doctor, but he still had a secret love for drawing. One day when he was in medical school, his neighbor introduced him to the editor of one of the biggest newspapers in Japan, the Mainichi Shimbun. Osamu wrote a short manga called The Diary of Ma-chan, which was a huge success. Because of this work, he was later invited to work on a story concept by a more established manga artist. Shin Takarajima was Osamu's first time to work on a long-form story manga, and it also turned out to be a huge hit. It was this manga that made Osamu a manga star, and some say that it created the genre of story manga in Japan. So in a way, we can thank Walt Disney for the creation of the modern manga. But how about anime? Well, Osamu continued to create his own story mangas, including some of his biggest hits like Astro Boy. But in 1958, animation studio Toei Animation wanted to turn Osamu's manga series Son Goku the Monkey into an animated film. He became a consultant on the project, and he had the chance to study how cartoons were made. This sparked a dream in him to open his own animation studio. Using the money he made from his manga career, he built his own animation studio in 1961, and in 1963, he released Japan's first weekly anime TV series, Astro Boy. It was an instant success. It was so successful that a TV program buyer from the American network NBC actually thought it was an American-produced series. Astro Boy became the model for many other anime TV shows to follow, including the art style. As you know, one aspect of Japanese anime style is that the characters have very large eyes. This ties back to Osamu's art style, but he actually got his inspiration from a very unlikely Disney character, Uncle Scrooge. It's said that he loved these Uncle Scrooge comics, and the art style was very influential on him. So where would anime and manga be without Walt Disney's huge influence? And I know what you've all been really thinking about. What about hentai? Yes, we can probably thank Walt for that too.
Do I have to?
You want to be a star, don't you? Then take it off! Yeah, that's nice.
After all, after Osamu passed away, his daughter found these sexy mouse drawings in a locked drawer in his desk. So, it definitely seems like Walt and Osamu had something in common: female mice. If it weren't for this great American innovator, we may never have anime and manga as we know it. But this isn't the only time an American innovator completely changed Japan. Let's take a look at another incredible Japanese invention that was created in America. But before that, you gotta check out these amazing Japanese snack boxes from Tokyo Treat and Sakurako. Tokyo Treat is a monthly subscription box from Japan that contains up to 26 seasonal exclusive and limited edition Japanese snacks. And they are celebrating the Moon Viewing Festival with the Moon Festival Munchies box. It's beautifully designed and filled with a ton of exclusive and flavorful snacks inspired by tsukimi, like salt lemon Kit Kat and mikan mochi. But if you like traditional Japanese flavors, then check out Sakurako. It's filled with authentic and artisan snacks from Japan's traditional candy makers, along with a piece of Japanese tableware. This month, they've partnered with the local Kyoto government to bring you this beautifully designed box and theme, Kyoto Moon Festival. It comes with a beautiful tsukimi themed dish and traditional Kyoto snacks, like Kyoto Hojicha latte pudding. They make a great pairing with tea. It's called mangetsmon. Mangetsu means full moon. Ta-da! This tastes like very soy saucy. Kyoto Hojicha. Nice. You can support our channel, get authentic exclusive snacks, and save $5 on your first Tokyo Treat and Sakurako box by using the link below and code Mrs. Eats. Both boxes come with a 24-page culture guide and teaches you about Japanese culture and snacks in the box. They are a great way to experience Japanese pop and traditional culture through snacks. Save $5 and support the channel by using the code Mrs. Eats on your first Tokyo Treat and Sakurako box today. One of the things that Japan is known for is advanced toilet seats that spray your dirty butt with a stream of warm, clean water. It's hard not to fall in love with the clean feeling you get after using one of these great inventions. But like all things in this video, Japanese didn't invent it. They used an American invention as their foundation. In the early 1960s, a man named Arnold Cohen of Brooklyn, New York, designed a toilet seat with butt spraying system. He made it for his father who had a medical condition that was literally a pain in the butt. フランク公園か。確かに奴は最も危険な敵の一人。絶対零度の乱舞。竜巻旋風艦長のおかげで、奴はもう二度と自分で用を足すことはないだろう。Arnold patented the design in 1964 and started the American bidet company. He originally tried to sell his bidets to hospitals, so patients who couldn't use toilet paper or wipe themselves could use it. Arnold's invention was way ahead of its time, so it wasn't successful. But a Japanese toilet company, Toto, was interested in this invention. They licensed the design from him and brought it to Japan in 1969. Now, you might think it was a huge success, right? Actually, it was a huge failure in Japan too. One of the reasons was design. It was a hold-style spray and was mechanical compared to the electronic toilets we use today. Because of this, the water temperature was hard to control. So some people burned their asshole from too hot water. それはまさに going scorched to us. The second reason was the price. It was too expensive for people to afford. Also, many Japanese homes at the time were still using squat toilets, so there was just no way to put this bidet system onto it. And finally, the Japanese sewage system was under development. Many houses still use septic tank, so there was a limit on how much water and waste you could put in it before it filled up. But Japan is the country of Kaizen, constant improvement. So, Toto worked hard year after year to redesign the bidet and finally became successful. Finally, in 1980, Toto released their first advanced bidet system called the washlet. It was better in two ways. First was the position of the spraying rod. To make sure the water stream would hit the bullseye on your brown eye, they needed to know the best position of the human fart hole. Because everyone's position is different, the Toto engineers measured the anal position of 300 male and female employees by using this simple test. The tester stretches a wire across the toilet seat. Then, the testes sit on the seat and puts a small piece of paper on the spot where their anus is. Once they figured out the optimal position of the backside, they turned their focus to the front side. As many of you already know, women have another hole in the front. Vaginus. The engineers wanted to know the best position to spray this one clean too. So they went to the only place where they could get this data from a variety of women, the strip club.
Hi. I work for a toilet company. I'm doing research to find a woman's position of front part. Can I study your girls?
Yeah, you're the guy from the toilet company. Yeah, you're doing that research, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, come on, right over here. Right this way.
Hi, we're from Toto. We called you about the test we are conducting.
Wait, if you're the toilet guy, then who was that?
Yeah, shake it, baby! These days, Japanese toilets have many interesting advanced features. So when you come to Japan, you definitely have to try them. Yes, Japan even improved one of the most iconic restaurants in America, Denny's. I was surprised that Denny's in the US started in 1953. Even from the beginning, it was the place where you could get breakfast, lunch, and dinner 24/7. In 1973, the grocery store Ito-Yokado signed an agreement with Denny's in America. And the first Denny's opened 1 year later in 1974. On the first floor of an Ito-Yokado grocery store. At the time, the concept for Denny's was very interesting for Japanese because they could try many American classic foods like clubhouse sandwich, omelets, French toast, hamburgers, and steaks. I'm sure for many Japanese people, eating at Denny's at that time felt like going to a fine dining restaurant with exotic food. In 1984, Japanese Denny's bought the trademark and became a completely separate company. They were allowed to use the Denny's name and logo, but now they could change any part of the restaurant they liked. Japanese Denny's has evolved and improved so much that it's almost like a completely different restaurant. So how did Japanese Denny's improve this classic American restaurant? One of the first things that might surprise you is the offerings on the menu and overall quality of the food. One of the reasons for this is that it's owned by the parent company of 7-Eleven, so the food is pretty much guaranteed to be delicious. The great thing is there are limited menu items that match the season. For example, this is their special summer dessert, galette with lemon cream cheese. Doesn't it look amazing? In Japan, we really feel that sour flavors match very well in the heat of summer. But if you want to enjoy this, you have to hurry because they will change it in the fall to something that will match. So you can always enjoy new dishes and flavor all year. Another great thing about Japanese Denny's is service. The staff are very well trained and are very attentive. And no matter how busy it is, you will always be able to get a waiter to your table because of a special table bell. With one push, you get instant service every time. So next time you are in Japan and someone says, "Hey, let's go to Denny's," don't think, we have that back home, because Japanese Denny's is completely different and improved. Did you know that even Japan's legendary status in video games wouldn't have been possible without American innovators? I talk all about that and more in this video, so check it out and I'll see you there. Thanks for watching. Okini!